Ex-girlfriend tried to cheat, so I permanently scarred her emotionally by not taking her to prom. I was never the type of guy who got attention from girls in high school. I spent most of my time buried in textbooks, grinding for that 4.0 GPA because my parents made it clear that college was my only shot at a decent life, while other kids were throwing parties and hooking up. I was home studying calculus and writing essays. Senior year, though, I finally decided to loosen up a bit and actually try dating. That's when I met Isabel. She was this exchange student from Germany who had just transferred to our school in January. She was really pretty with this cute accent, and we bonded over our shared love of science fiction movies and terrible cafeteria pizza. We started hanging out after school, studying together in the library, and eventually she became my girlfriend after about a month of casual dates. The thing about Isabel was that she was completely obsessed with American high school culture. She'd seen all these movies like Mean Girls and High School Musical, and she was convinced that prom was going to be this magical, life-changing experience. She would literally talk about it every single day. She'd show me pictures on Pinterest of dresses she wanted, and ask me what color tie I was planning to wear. She even made a countdown calendar on her phone. I thought it was adorable how excited she was, so I started saving up money from my part-time job at the grocery store to make sure we could do prom right. I was planning to rent a nice tux, maybe even spring for a limo if I could scrape together enough cash. This was going to be her dream night, and I wanted to make it perfect. Everything was going great until about 3 weeks before prom. I was tutoring this kid named Cameron in chemistry because he was failing and needed to pass to graduate. Cameron wasn't the brightest bulb, but he was a decent guy, and we'd become pretty friendly over the semester. One day after our session, he pulled me aside and showed me his phone with this weird look on his face. There were text messages from Isabel asking if he wanted to hook up this weekend while her host family was out of town. She was being super direct about it too, talking about how she wanted to experience everything American high school had to offer before she graduated. My stomach just dropped reading those messages. Cameron told me nothing had happened, and that he'd turned her down once he realized I was her boyfriend. He felt terrible about it and thought I should know. I thanked him, but I was absolutely furious inside. I mean, here I was working extra shifts at the grocery store, saving every penny to make her prom dreams come true, and she was trying to cheat on me behind my back. But instead of confronting her right away, I decided to play it cool and see how far she would take it. For the next few weeks, I acted like nothing was wrong. I smiled and nodded when she talked about prom plans. I even went with her to look at dresses at the mall and helped her pick out this gorgeous blue one that cost like $200. She was so excited when she found it, spinning around in the dressing room mirror and talking about how perfect everything was going to be. She scheduled appointments to get her hair and makeup done at this fancy salon. She bought new shoes and even convinced her host mom to let her borrow some expensive jewelry. She had this whole timeline planned out for prom day, down to the minute. She wanted to take pictures at the botanical gardens before the dance and had already picked out the perfect spot. The morning of prom, I woke up and just stared at my ceiling for like an hour. I felt sick to my stomach, but I knew what I had to do. Around noon, while she was probably getting her hair done, I sent her a text message that said, "I know about you and Cameron trying to hook up. We're done. Don't contact me again." Then I immediately called my friend Jessica, who I'd known since middle school. Jessica was supposed to go with her boyfriend, but they'd broken up the week before, so she was planning to skip prom entirely. I explained the whole situation and asked if she wanted to go with me as friends. She was totally down for it because she'd already bought her dress and didn't want it to go to waste. My phone started blowing up with calls and texts from Isabel, but I ignored all of them. Jessica came over around 5 and we took some pictures in my backyard before heading to prom. We actually had an amazing time together. We danced to all the cheesy songs, ate way too much cake, and made fun of how seriously everyone was taking the whole thing.